Stress doesn't always arrive loudly, and most of the time it doesn't announce itself at all. It doesn't knock on the door or interrupt the day in obvious ways. Instead, it settles quietly into the body, building layer by layer, moment by moment, as the hours pass. It lives in shoulders that stay lifted long after the workday ends, in a jaw that remains clenched even during rest, and in breathing that becomes shallow without us ever deciding it should. Many people believe stress is something that happens in the mind, but the body often feels it first, long before we recognize it consciously. Before we try to change anything, before we try to fix or improve or correct, we simply stand and notice. Not noticing with judgment, not looking for what's wrong, but observing honestly how the body feels right now. This moment is shaped by long hours of sitting, screens held close, conversations that required effort, responsibilities that demanded attention, and routines that rarely pause long enough for the body to catch up. Standing still like this may feel unfamiliar, even uncomfortable at first, because stillness is something we rarely practice. Yet this pause is not doing nothing. It is creating safety. When the body senses safety, the nervous system begins to soften its grip. The constant state of readiness, the subtle tension that keeps us alert, even when nothing is required, starts to fade. This is not forced relaxation. There is no command to calm down, no instruction to breathe a certain way. Instead, the body is invited to slow down naturally, at its own pace, without pressure. As attention gently moves to the shoulders, we notice how high they are, how much effort they've been holding without permission. When they begin to drop, not pushed and not pulled, the body receives a clear message. It no longer needs to stay guarded. The muscles respond to this message slowly, cautiously at first, because they've learned to stay tight for long periods of time. But with patience, the tension begins to loosen. The neck follows, releasing its hold, allowing the head to feel lighter, better supported rather than carried by strain. The jaw, often overlooked, softens next. Teeth separate slightly, the tongue rests more comfortably, and the face loses the expression it didn't know it was holding. This is where stress often hides, in expressions we carry for hours without realizing it. As the jaw releases, breathing begins to change on its own. It moves lower, deeper, expanding the ribs gently instead of staying trapped high in the chest. There is no need to count breaths or control them. Stress releases best when breathing is allowed, not managed. Each small release creates space. Space between thoughts. Space in the chest. Space in the body. And in this space, tension doesn't vanish instantly, but it begins to dissolve slowly, safely. The arms feel heavier now, hanging naturally by the sides, no longer holding unnecessary effort. Hands relax, fingers uncurl, and posture adjusts itself without stiffness. This is not collapsing or slouching. It is balance, the body supporting itself efficiently without extra work. The nervous system responds quickly to these signals of ease. Heart rate slows. Internal noise quiets. The constant background urgency fades into the distance. Attention returns to the present moment, not because we forced it there, but because the body no longer feels the need to escape. Stress doesn't disappear all at once, but it loosens its grip. And that is often enough. Many people believe stress relief requires intense effort, workouts, complex techniques, or long routines. But the body often responds better to simplicity. Small moments like this, practiced regularly, teach the nervous system a new pattern. They remind it that not every moment requires tension, that rest and readiness can coexist. This kind of release is especially important in modern homes, where work and rest share the same space, and the body rarely receives clear signals to slow down. As stillness continues, posture naturally becomes taller, not rigid but aligned. The chest opens slightly, not as a pose, but as a result of reduced tension. Breathing feels easier, smoother. The body feels supported from the ground up. Feet grounded, weight evenly distributed. This grounding is not dramatic, but it is deeply stabilizing. It brings a sense of calm that feels earned rather than imposed. Stress often convinces us that we must keep moving, keep doing, keep producing. But moments like this remind us that recovery is productive too. That allowing the body to reset is not a luxury but a necessity. This practice doesn't ask for flexibility, strength, or extra time. It only asks for awareness, repeated gently day after day. As the moment comes to a close, we return to stillness again. The body feels lighter, calmer, more grounded. Not because stress was avoided or ignored, but because it was allowed to move through instead of being held inside. This is the difference between suppression and release. Suppression tightens the body. Release softens it. Over time, these quiet moments begin to change how the body responds to daily life. Shoulders lift less. Breathing stays deeper. Tension doesn't settle as easily. The nervous system learns that it doesn't need to stay in survival mode all day. Calm becomes familiar, accessible, and sustainable. This is not a dramatic transformation. It is a subtle shift that grows through consistency. Health is not created in extreme moments or intense efforts. It is built quietly, through simple movements and pauses repeated regularly. Stress does not define the body. The body learns from what we practice. And as we stand here now, calm and steady, we understand something important. Peace is not something we find later, after everything is done. It is something we allow now, in the middle of ordinary life, one quiet moment at a time.